Alright, good day guys and welcome to another Rocket League analysis video. Now, better get that off the screen. Oops, it's just porn anyway, so don't worry about it. Alright, let's watch this video, brotherhood. I mean brother man. Alright, make sure everything's in. Yep. Alright. Okay guys, okay, watch the video. Alright, straight off the bat, bloody decent kickoff. Look at this guy. Look at his bloody car, dude. This is actually like the most expensive car in the entire world. Sorry, I'll just make sure everything's up a little bit. What happened here? Oh, good pass and good shot. Good job missing that guy as he was coming across the goal as well. That was pretty impressive. Alright, yeah, so far so good. Your kickoff wasn't bad. Alright. Going for a ceiling shot? Going. Oh my lordy, lordy, lord. Alright. Pro tip for stuff like this. Like, this shouldn't, like, they shouldn't be in a position where you can actually score this, but shit happens sometimes. Good shot, by the way. Up here, right? You realized you were beating him. You realized the other guy wasn't there. You could have taken a shot here pretty easily and lobbed it towards the enemy goal and, like, landed in time for you to have scored a goal. And it would have been faster than this ceiling shot. So it's definitely worth remembering to use the ceiling to use the walls to take shots. It's like long shots are really good and really important. So if at any point you're like, oh, I could take a long shot here, or I could take a shot off the wall, take it. It is definitely worth taking those kinds of shots. Alright, you're just floating around in mid. That's good. It's good rotation. Good rotation. Oh, oh, good read against the corner. That I feel like you were trying to pinch there, and it just didn't work out. But so you got this first touch, right? And with something like this, you sort of don't want to be sitting on the wall like that. Like you don't want to be like this too much. But if you are going to be like this, try to backflip it and put it into this corner as opposed to putting it in field. Try to go like a little bit further to the center and then backflip, and it should send it to these corners, or like side flip, whatever. It's usually a slightly better option because it means like people like this guy will try to like take it back to their own side of the field and stuff like that, which just gives you a tad bit more time to. Oh, okay, all right, big no. This, like, firstly, you missed the boost, and then secondly, so you got that you got that flick over him, but for some reason the first boost you saw was that one, and you're like, fuck it, let's go. It was pointless to go for this. And if this hadn't worked out and he hadn't gotten to this point, it would have been dangerous. And then you turned around to get it again. Like, if you have to rotate back, don't turn around and stop for boost. Like, boostless, you can do more. With 12 boosts, you can hit the roof of the net. Just with 12 boosts. So, like, you know, it's definitely better to just leave that boost behind. I think there was a failed clear here. Alright. This is something people do a lot. It's like, it's just creeping. I like to call it creeping. It's common practice, right? So all the boosts in the world didn't save you from this. See this tiny little moment right here? Oh, a little bit far back. Watch your car. You stopped. You're in net. You're in position. You can make a save. And then your car started rolling and rolling until you realize you were way out of whack, and boom, centered it for him. And then your teammate centered it for him again. So you obviously know what you did wrong there. Easy mistake, easy fix. Try to not creep. Don't be afraid to just slam on the brakes if you're in. Oh, I understand. Are you serious? 2 ceiling shots in one game? Are you fucking nuts, dude? Alright, maybe like, I don't know how many times like those actually get you scored on, but I imagine it'll be a fair amount, and at higher ranks it'll get higher and higher. So you wanna, another example of you creeping. Ooh la la, look at you, just crawling away. Give it one more go, let's have a look again. And he's in the center, he's got the net, he gets flicked over, and what? He just randomly lobs himself into the air because he's creeping again. You want to stay far side with stuff like this. So you've got your boost, right? take your time. Don't go too quickly to the net. They're still far away. Like, you can still make it a save from this distance unless they are literally like have like the punching mutator. So take a moment and take your time and sit here, this goalpost, like float around this section of the map, right? This section of the goal, like the far side, so the ball's on one side, you're on the opposite side, because it allows you to always be boosting while trying to make a save. Whereas this, when you're sitting in the middle of it, as you can see, you can't boost backwards, and you double jump to try to get to it. But obviously, oh, that was way too much trust in your teammate there. He should have gotten this clear. Like, he should have gotten a touch on that, and obviously phantomed even on your screen. But you don't want to be trusting for stuff like that. Calling up field is just not worth it. Like, especially if you have the lead. If you've got the lead, just let. Oh my word, what is this rank? Yeah, if you've got the lead, just don't trust too much. Allow your teammate to like make mistakes so that you can not make them. Oh, I reckon you got this. I reckon you got this. Good job, buddy. Uh, as you can tell, we know exactly what the enemy did there. You didn't do too bad at play. I probably would have sped up a little bit, but that's just because I'm like crazy like that. But what you did works at most ranks without any issues, especially if you've already faked one. Good touch. Unfortunate that it couldn't go a little bit, what? A little bit further to center. Alright, go straight back to your net here. Don't like shadow or any of that shit. Just go straight back. And don't take boost. And don't worry about it. Oh, do worry about it. You made a silly. Alright. Sorry, I'm like just play by playing this. So, you got this clear here. You got another touch here. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the corner and bounce out. But you got a really good center. Unfortunately, a teammate missed. Now, this was a mistake here, right? Now, you could have grabbed this boost, a boost there, a boost on the other side. That's 12, 24, 36, 48 boost without using any of your boost if you wanted to. Oh, there's another one. So 60 boost you could have grabbed if you went straight down the line, and you would have been in a better defensive spot. So you want to go here, here, there. And there's like 6 boosts from one side to the other, man. 6 12 pads. And 12 pads are your friend when rotating back, because you can just front flip over and over and just keep grabbing them. So here you could have taken a much more efficient line. Like, you're shadowing somebody who's like against the wall. There's no point. He can get over you much easier, as you can see. Unfortunately, that happened, but then you whiffed. It's so hard. So I think your timing on shadowing has to be a little bit better, because you shadowed that, but then you stopped shadowing that and tried to charge for it, realized you turned too early and turned back out again, but it was too late by that point. So I'd recommend, and you shadowed like while that other guy was against the wall, and it just didn't work out. Another tip for helping you score goals is don't air roll so much. Practice shooting and getting boomers and stuff like that without using air roll. Just turn your car a little bit. Ooh, good save. Just turn your car a little bit instead, because it's a much better way to like for your brain to. Oh, okay, all right, big thing. I'm gonna finish this. It's much easier for your brain to analyze without the air roll than it is with the air roll. So it's better to do it without the air roll. For most stuff, if you watch RLCS and stuff, most of their goals aren't air rolls. They're just straight up, straight down, and they air roll a tiny little bit to aim their car to get that extra couple of kilometers an hour. But outside of that, they don't air roll very often at all. So, you know, except little bits and pieces here. So it's definitely something that, sorry, I'm typing. It's definitely something that you need to keep in mind. Now this, whoops, what did I do? Fucking National Geographic. Alright, let's analyze some wildlife. Scariest thing caused by birds. Alright, he's gone for the aerial. The ball's not in sight yet, but I'm sure he'll make it to the ball eventually. There it is. He's zooming in on the ball. There it is. He sees the ball and he sees the enemy. Off he goes. He dodges one tree. He dodges 2, 3, 4 trees. I don't get stuff like that. Like, if you got a drone and you're like, oh my god, Bigfoot, wouldn't you just fly fucking towards him instead of away from him? Like, having him on the side and having him not move, etc., etc. You just like, you just dive bomb him, man. Like, okay. Anyway, getting back to the topic at hand. So, this aerial righty, you didn't have to go up for this, dude. Take a moment to look at the enemy, see if they're in position. If they're not, which they weren't, because they bumped each other again for like the fourth time this game. Like, this is fucking ridiculous how many times they bumped. But you didn't have to go up for that. There was no one shooting it. It wasn't dangerous. And now your teammate shot it. And now the enemy shot it. You should have just stayed on the ground, rotated back towards your own net, and sort of gauged the field a little bit from somewhere safe. One thing that a lot of... See, you tried to take that long shot there. You missed it, but good thought process instead of trying to ceiling shot something like that. Oh, he bumped you. Oh, okay. Don't go for boost. Hold on. Sorry. Don't go for boost if you've just missed a save. Turn around and try again. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't really know what rank this is, but I would say probably like high gold, low plat, if I were to guess. Because the mechanics are sort of there, especially area-wise, but like the decision-making's not. And like, gold players can have some pretty nutty mechanics, but like all the decision-making always suffers. See, like aerialing for that. Positioning is the most important thing in this game. You put yourself out of position to fly halfway across the field, use what, like 60 boost, flying all this way, and he was closer than you the entire time, and your teammate was out of position as well. So like, going for that stuff like that just has to sit up here. Alright. Oh, that was unfortunate side flip because that was an open net. You saw that surely. Good touch. Yeah, good another touch. I mean, the other guy shouldn't have gone there. That's another one of those positioning areas. Like, he doesn't have to. You're not going to be able to shoot. If the enemy isn't going to be able to pop a shot on net or a pass, you shouldn't sacrifice your positioning to try to do anything. Yes? Okay, hello. My doggery. Making video. Oh, don't do it. Hello. Okay, alright. Back to the video. Alright, continuing this video. What are you doing? Yeah, those are, again, another one of those errors where you went for a boost because you missed it and not because it was the smart decision to make. Like, okay, you missed that boost, just go to the back boost, man. Even if it's not there, at least you're in a defensive position and you're not leaving your teammate in a 1v2. You know, like, these are all things that you have to keep in mind, that, like, not conceding is more important than, like, boost or anything like that. Well, you got a bit of time with this. Your teammate made a mistake, but you got a bit of time with this. Oh, close one, buddy. Oh, quick, get back before he air drags you. Good touch. That actually was pretty smart to get a little bit of a clear on that with that touch. And he did it without using boost either. I don't know why they're jumping for this. And again, that's like the 5th fucking time this guy has hit the other. Oh, didn't mean so. This guy has hit the other guy, dude. I'm actually fucking tilted. I'm actually so tilted, dude. Look at him. Oh. Why, buddy? Why you keep hitting your own friend? He's trying to help you. Bloody hell. Kyrie, what's he doing? You want to analyze? Yes. Kyrie approves. Okay. He approves. He makes the approvings. Let's go back. Let's go back and watch this like last minute. Yeah, so that goal got scored. Wait, was that the? Okay. We'll start from here. So your teammate has gone for the ball. Whoa! You realize the ball was off the wall, but instead of like slowing down or anything like that, you you just try to shoot anyway. Sometimes you just want to leave stuff like that, or like hit the brakes a little bit. So here's one of those positions where you went for boost, you actually saw it and you knew it wasn't there, yet you went for it. Not exactly the smartest of ideas. If you're gonna check, be like, oh, you know, boost, and then try to go back. Or better yet, if you feel like they're probably threatening a shot, don't worry about boost, man. Take the shortest line there. Oh, that was unfortunate. That was very close though, and it was really smart for you to play it out behind him and then go for the double. A little bit more power would have been perfect. Oh, yes, good touch. Now you should be able to just, you should be able to just wait this out and just have the last few seconds. What? Teammate? Okay, teammate's got the world's worst ceiling shots. So things that I would give you, things that I would give you as tips. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. What would I give? What would you give our friend here for tips? You don't know. Disappointing. Things that I could give you as tips. Maybe take that stupid fucking topper off and put some bunny ears on like a real man. Second thing. Probably. Hold on. Give me just a moment. Alright. Yeah, first tip, West Bunny is like a real man. Second tip, focus on your defensive rotations. It's just a common one. Like, rotate to the far side of the net, and then let the ball come to you. Third tip, take longer shots. Take some more long shots. Take some more heavy clears into the net and stuff like that. It'll really, really help, especially if you're shooting from the walls and stuff. Third thing, don't trust your teammate too much. And don't put yourself out of position to take aerials just because you can and stuff like that. You know, like, fourthly, rotate more efficiently. You know, don't focus on boost, focus on ball and stuff like that. You know, like, it's very important to, it's very important to focus on not conceding. It's more important than focusing on anything else. Because if you don't concede for long enough, eventually you'll score. Like, even in bronze, you were still scoring goals. And you're still losing goals. And if you stopped losing goals, you could have scored even more goals. You see the logic here? So that's basically it. That's basically what you're going for. You want to try to, like, think of it like that. See, like that positioning error there. That was useless. A big tip that I could give you. Also, watch this a few times to sort of get a feel for it. A big tip is, if you don't really know what's going on in the field, go all the way back to the net. Because from the net, you can see the entire field. You can see your teammates, you can see your enemies, and you're perfectly in a safe spot. Even if the ball comes flying at you, you can save it. You know. So you go to your net and you take a moment. You take a moment to just assess what's going on. See if the enemy can actually score. If they can't. All right, here. That's another area. I didn't actually point that one out. In twos, you're 50% of the game. If you and your teammate are this far apart from each other, that's 100% of the game in this much of an entire field. So you want to try not to do stuff like that. You want to spread out a little bit, unless it's completely relevant for you to be close together. Unless it'll actually turn into a defensive or offensive play. You want to be spread out. Those are really the only things that I can really think of, apart from anything else, like I pointed out. I don't think I've missed anything, like, too unreasonable, too major that I had already mentioned in the video, like throughout the rest of the video. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's helped. Positioning is key. Your mechanics are well above your level. Positioning is your next move. So focus on that next. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And I hope to see you in, like, Grand Champ in like a week, surely.